Episode 286. Every major guild had Lord Grim in their sights, with their focus locked on him. They didn't search too thoroughly for the other members of his team. They saw only 3 names on the announcement. The other 2 were gone. Maybe they'd died and left the party. Just as they were about to alert the players at Empty Fortress City, a quick search revealed both were offline. That's when it hit them. But Lord Grim's presence alone was enough to vent their fury. The 7 guild leaders now focused on coordinating the scouts at each dungeon entrance, directing their 100-strong legion to converge from all sides on the previous location. First, we need to lock down Lord Grim's position, so he can't slip away in the maze again. Closing in from all sides, they blocked every path, unless Lord Grim could fly and leap right out of One Line Canyon this time.
Damn it!
Yeah. Du Hanten suddenly let out a shout.
What's wrong?
The other 6 department heads immediately asked.
Lord Grim has logged off.
Night Walker was so frustrated, he just opened his friend list for a look, and Lord Grim's name was already grayed out. He quickly tried a search, sure enough offline. Soft Mist, Steamed Bun Invasion, all offline.
Yeah, the players from the 7 major guilds were practically going insane when they heard the news.
We slaved away all night, but what did we actually accomplish?
They just chased Lord Grim's crew, racing across the world to find spots to ambush. Meanwhile, Lord Grim had already wiped out their 32 players, cleared the dungeon twice, eliminated 5 elite guild teams, and even killed the map boss, the Salt Ronin Aopan. Everyone was so furious they were clawing at the walls. The informed members of Tyrannical Ambition were clawing at the walls in frustration, practically spitting blood all over the baseboards. They were part of that 32-player wipeout, and they lost 5 elite teams. 2 of those were theirs. The Salt Ronin Alpen they lost was also stolen from them. And during that theft, another elite team got wiped out. So, all told, Tyrannical Ambition's elite squads suffered 3 separate losses.
But the guy's offline now? Who are we supposed to complain to?
In online games, what's more invincible than the log-off shield? The online and offline worlds are separate. Logging off cuts almost everything clean. Someone suggested staying where Lord Grim logged off and taking shifts to camp the spot 24 hours a day.
The suggestion was met with a cold retort.
Where did Lord Grim log out?
Right.
Where did he log off?
The 7 major guilds' encirclement wasn't complete yet. They were just blocking the roads, pushing toward the coordinates Tyrannical Ambition had provided before the boss kill.
So after that, who knows where Lord Grim and his crew actually moved to? Now that they know they've been spotted, do you really think they'd just stay put?
And the area where the 7 major guilds are currently positioned spans a grid of coordinates 100 units wide and tall. Without knowing the exact time, Lord Grim logged off. It's impossible to determine the precise zone he might be in.
And with the winding, labyrinthine layout of the One Line Gorge, this vast coordinate area is simply too big to monitor around the clock. We just don't have the manpower. The 7 major guilds have at least 200 people guarding the canyon entrance and the dungeon entrance right now. 200 players stood petrified in the ravine of One Line, back at the Happy Internet Cafe. Tang Ru set her teacup aside, got up from her computer and came over for a stroll. She saw Ye Xiu at the front desk, smoking a cigarette and looking quite pleased. And he had every reason to be after the Salt Ronin Open fell. It had actually dropped an amber crystal, exactly what he needed. To think it dropped on the very first kill? Ye Xiu figured this was probably the only one in the entire 10th server right now.
And over the course of a year, they don't drop many items from map. Bosses are always precious and rare. This one material alone had Ye Xiu feeling perfectly satisfied.
On top of that, the Salt Ronin dropped a purple weapon, 2 pieces of blue equipment, and 2 salt essences. The purple weapon was a level 30 twin-tail sword belonging to the Nightwalker class assassins, ninjas, thieves, and warlocks. All 4 of these professions fall under that category, but Ye Xiu's little team didn't have a single Nightwalker character among them, so the twin-tail sword was useless to them, only good for trading for some gold on the market. The 2 blue pieces were also class-specific set items for Yixiu and his crew already fully geared. They were even less useful. As for these 2 salt auras, this is a material type used for crafting jewelry. Its drop rate is much higher than amber crystals, but it only drops from the salt Ronin Orphan, making its overall supply extremely limited. Yixiu didn't need it for upgrading the Myriad Manifestations umbrella, but such a rare material was naturally stored away with great care.
For a rainy day.
Were those 2 materials that dropped really that useful?
Tang Ru came over and asked, "The amber crystal is quite useful for me. We can hold on to that aura of appearance for now. If we don't end up needing it later, we can always sell it for cash or trade it for gear."
Oh. Got off work early today. Can rest up a bit sooner. Not even 6 yet.
Yixiu stood up, cigarette dangling from his lips.
Stretched and said,
That was me.
"You're on until 7 o'clock. Tang Ru patted the front desk. Forgot. Yixiu hurriedly sat back down. He really was treating this like a game.
He'd forgotten. He was actually on the night shift.
And play some games on the side.
Alright, I'm off then.
Right.
Tang Ru said her goodbyes, then carried her teacup back upstairs. When she reached her room, she found the door slightly ajar. A faint light was glowing from within. Tang Ru pushed the door open, puzzled. The TV was on, playing something at this ungodly hour before 6 in the morning. The flickering light made the room shift between brightness and shadow. Looking again, she saw Chen Guo had fallen asleep on the sofa once more, curled up into a ball as if she were cold. Tang Ru gave a wry smile,
walked over, and gave Chen Guo a pat.
Guo Guo, time to get up.
Go back inside and get some proper sleep.
Yeah.
Is it morning already?
Chen Guo heard Tang Ru's voice and suddenly sat up. She looked around, finding the room pitch black except for the glow of the television. She groggily checked the time. "Ugh! Why isn't it even 6 o'clock yet?"
Today was weird. I logged off way early.
As for the reason,
it's a long story. Tang Ru wasn't sure where to begin.
You're done so early today? Have you eaten?
Not yet. Have a bite to eat before you sleep.
Let me see what's left in the fridge.
Chen Guo got up from the sofa. Their apartment attached to the internet cafe had no kitchen and was never used for cooking. But the fridge was well stocked with all sorts of snacks and drinks.
No need. You should head back to your room and get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm a bit hungry, Chen Guo said, still rummaging through the fridge. She grabbed some random things, heated milk, sliced bread, spread jam. Tang Ru came up to help, preparing 2 slices of bread with jam, one for each of them. Biting into her slice, Chen Guo asked casually,
"How was your night?"
"Oh, it was quite lively." So Tang Ru began to tell the story as she ate. Chen Guo listened quietly, smiling and gasping in amazement.
Level up quickly. I'll be waiting for you in
该
the
音
heavenly
频由
domain.
AI 生
I'm
成。
off to sleep.
After listening and eating, Chen Guo went straight back to her bedroom to sleep. Tang Ru was taken aback for a moment. She suddenly remembered that Chen Guo had wanted to pull her into the game for a long time, but she had never joined. But she didn't feel any distance had grown between them because of it.
Yet how many times had Chen Guo woken up alone on the sofa in the dead of night, chilled to the bone, only to turn off the TV and stumble back to her room?
Even when Chen Guo was deeply engrossed in the game, she never once neglected Tang Ru.
But Tang Ru realized she was not the same.